stop it. Stop believing in those Instagram influencers who keep showing you cars, houses, trips, restaurant bills being paid, and telling you that you'll get rich through dropshipping with a little store. That's not how things work. No, don't think you're going to get rich overnight like those people, those little Instagram gurus say. That's not how it works. Nice to meet you. I'm Douglas Souza, making a living online since 2014. I made my first sale on December 12th, 2013, and then in 2014 I was let go. I left my job. I used to work at a supermarket as a bagger, and I literally started from scratch. I was born and raised in Parada de Taipas. Anyone from São Paulo's capital knows exactly where I mean, near Pirituba, Perus, and Laranjeiras. I can confidently say that even starting from nothing, it's possible to work with the internet. Change your life, not just your life, but your whole family's life, and become wealthy. But it's not overnight. That's not how things work. Dropshipping isn't just a quick way to make money online by setting things up. Any little store, you just grab a product here and there, start advertising on social media, and that's it. Wow, money will start pouring into your account. And stay until the end of this video because you'll see a lot of transparency. But I also want to suggest niches for you to start this year so you can start selling in 2026. Stay until the end, you'll understand. So the first thing you need to know is not to fool yourself. What I like to mention here is that dropshipping, the internet as a whole, working with the internet is really wonderful, really enjoyable. But I'm not going to romanticize the process. No, because you can be sure that in your own business, with your store getting results, you making your first sales, making a profit, you are going to work more than just a traditional full-time job with a signed work card where you start at 8 or 9 and leave at 5. Whether you like it or not, whether you earn well or not, that's not the point. You can be sure that starting a business on the internet, even though it's very enjoyable, wonderful, and you make a lot of money, you're going to work much more. No, it's not for lazy people. It's for those with fire in their eyes who'll work weekends, holidays, late nights, and wake up early. But you'll be working on your own business, and you can be sure by working this hard, you'll be rewarded. Because when you start seeing the sales happening, you start wanting to succeed even more. You want to learn, study, apply, find more products, and add them to your store. Don't fool yourself just because you've seen so-and-so saying, wow, look, here and there. I made $1 million in revenue. I'm a millionaire. Look, I made 500,000 and can teach you. Wow, I made 10 million this year. With a dropshipping store, all you have to do is sign up for my consulting and you get a free store. Just add a few products and that's it. You're going to achieve these results too, for God's sake, right? You already know that revenue isn't profit, but even if you don't, you're here to learn, and I'm going to teach you about revenue, just so you have an idea. Yes, sales are included, both completed and canceled, as well as unpaid invoices and unpaid Pix payments. Some fake sales are staged by these so-called gurus themselves. I know this from behind the scenes. The profit is, in fact, what actually went through the payment platform, not what's just there on the platform where you have your store. Profitability will be your bottom line. Once the sale happens, the money and profit are already in your payment platform. Did you pay for the traffic? Those are the ads you'll run on Meta ads on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, where you pay for them to appear. And for each sale you make, you have a cost per acquisition, which we call cost per acquisition. So when you make a profit on the sale, you also have to subtract this cost per acquisition. You have to subtract this cost that you had to make the sale. Besides that, there's the payment platform fee, the product cost, because in dropshipping, when you sell with the profit from the sale, do you really have to order this product from your supplier to send it directly to your customer's house? Besides that, there's the tax, which is very important, and the so-called gurus don't talk about it. You have to pay tax, but of course, you don't need to worry about that. At first, it's about the profitability, the money going into your pocket, your store, or your company. But you can be sure that the profit margin in dropshipping is around 12% to 25%. I'm discussing the bottom line, including paying taxes, as shown in my channel videos where I demonstrate a profitable dropshipping operation that covers taxes and all expenses. A profit that fits within your reality, and you understand that it's possible for you to achieve that. And one thing you need to know right away is that it's going to be complicated. This isn't for kids. It's for those serious about changing their lives, and I don't sugarcoat it. The process is complicated, yes? Just imagine coming home tired from work, where you left at, I don't know, 5 or 6 post-meridium and you still have to deal with traffic. Getting home will still take time. You arrive tired and still need to study and apply yourself. Running your dropshipping operation is complicated for you, and I don't romanticize it. That's why I see these little gurus showing off on the internet, romanticizing the whole process. I'm not denying credit to those who display their results. I don't want to paint a Disney-like world here. Real life isn't Disney. You can be sure of that, but I can say one thing with total authority. It's much easier to execute today because of all the available content. In fact, you're watching quality content here, and I appreciate that. That alone is worth your like, right? It's already worth your like and your comment, okay? I'm waiting, all right? But I also say this because of artificial intelligence. Today, you can make a list and have chat-generative pre-trained transformer, for example, bring you information based on real data and bring you profitable niches that you can work in. But obviously, based on my experience, I have some niches to recommend to you. Hold on, and I'll make it clear right away. One thing you need to know is yes, you need money to start, you need money for cash flow. And then you must be asking yourself, but Douglas, where do I need this money? How much do I need? I'll explain it to you. For you, starting dropshipping requires initial cash flow. I suggest at least $1,000 to $2,500. This doesn't really need to be available like that in your bank account. That's not what I'm saying, but you need to be aware that you will need to invest, because you need at least 3 months of cash flow to be able to pay for the subscription of the platform where your store will be hosted. A bit of cash may be needed for a designer or banners, but having design knowledge helps. We also use artificial intelligence for this. It's a smaller cash reserve, but I still include it in the calculation. That's your domain, right? This is the uniform resource locator you need to purchase for your store. www.yourstore.com.br. Have cash ready for your store's first orders, as sales deposits take time to reach your account. The cash for the ads. So, these 2,000 reais at the very least include all these expenses. In fact, I want to give you a tip to help you even reduce these expenses. If you're watching this video, you've decided that you want to start in dropshipping, I suggest using Novum Shop to set up your store. Even with no experience, Novum Shop is a good option. It has several features, tools, integrations, and templates that will help you get your store online without any difficulty. You don't need any website knowledge or skills to create one, and yes, I always recommend it. I have a coupon for over 35% off Novum Shop's monthly fee. The link is in the description. For a larger discount, choose the quarterly plan, which offers even greater savings. Check the link in the description. It's definitely worth it. I've already created a series on this channel building the Novum Shop store from scratch. Just with that, you'll already be able to see that you can set it up, because in the video lessons I show exactly how to do it from scratch, even if you're a complete beginner. So if you're not very comfortable yet, relax, watch these lessons, watch these step-by-step lessons, then you make your decision, no problem. I'm also going to leave this series of completely free lessons in the description. You can watch them right here on YouTube. You can set up your store on Novum Shop. And mentioning it once again, you've probably already seen a bunch of ads for stores costing 20 reais, 30 reais, 37 reais, 40 reais. Those stores won't help you sell. What do you expect from a 30 reais store? What do you expect? Do you expect to get a store that's going to make you a millionaire, make you rich? Do you really think that? Those stores exist to lure you into opening a shop, but they don't actually help you, man. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this business isn't for lazy people. It's not for girls, not even for girls. No, I see a lot of people getting burned because these stores, they deliver them with cracked themes, and then after a while, the platforms ban the store. Do you have any idea what that is? Look, to be honest, I got rich through the internet without needing any of these scams. I pay my taxes. Want to know if someone really gets results on the internet? Ask them to show their tax forms. You'll see my tax forms showing up on the screen. I even take a lot of risks, right? Sharing this information online is very private, but I do it to show you the reality. I've already shown several realities here on my channel. I changed not only my life, but also my wife's life and my mother's life. I got my mom an apartment and fully furnished it online. So, don't fall for these illusions. If you do, it's your fault. That's it, period. It's not my fault. It's not the fault of the guy who's scamming you. No, it's your fault. If you're watching this video, it's now your responsibility to filter things. What you want to see on Instagram, man, what you see on TikTok, what you want to see on YouTube, you are responsible. The algorithm will only show you what you like to watch. If you keep watching women in bikinis twerking and dancing funk, the algorithm will provide that. If you want quality information, studies, and resources to help you progress, the algorithm will give you those too. You won't see any more showing off. You won't see women twerking. You won't see any of that kind of thing, which is useless content and won't get you anywhere. I'm not sorry for going overboard and saying some things, but we need to be honest. Moving on, you must be wondering about Douglas, right? How long will it take to see results? I'll give you a baseline, not just a guess. You'll see results in 3 months. It's not based on the average of my students from my vocational school called Independent School, where I have real metrics from my students. Look, if you have at least 2 hours a day to start studying and applying yourself, you can be sure that in 3 months, 3 to 4 months, you'll already be seeing results. I'm not saying you're going to get rich, that's not it, but your first sales, your first profits can happen faster. It can, but that's not the average. I've seen many young people just out of school whose parents support and invest in them. They study and work for 8 hours daily, seeing results in 1 to 4 weeks. But notice how different the realities are, as I said earlier. Working parents come home tired after a full day and still need to study and apply themselves. So these are different realities, but it's not impossible to get results. That's how I started. I used to work from Sunday to Sunday at a supermarket, man. I only had one day off a week, and do you think I spent that day off studying and applying myself? No. I was dating at the time, and on my day off, I wanted to be with my girlfriend, who's my wife now, so I would only study and apply myself at night. But it was my late nights and dark circles that truly got me where I am today. Now I see students changing their lives in 6 or 7 months, not getting rich, but gaining new perspectives. Douglas, I made 2,000 raise, 3,000 raise. Wow, I see a path here. If that's not a life change, what do you want? You just want to show off on Instagram. I'm talking about getting rich in a year or so. Do you realize how quickly a year passes? You might also wonder, Douglas, national or international dropshipping? I'll be honest, national dropshipping offers an incredible range of products. I never thought suppliers would reach this level in dropshipping. AliExpress offers many high-quality products and a wide selection. So you can already start integrating these products into your store and start selling and delivering to your customer's house in 3 business days. It's wild, but international dropshipping products from China always offer a much larger variety, and 10, 20, even 50 times more. China constantly introduces new products. If you want to start, I suggest choosing international to access them. Then you can combine it with national dropshipping, talking to your supplier to bring the products you already sell in Brazil. It's all a matter of communication. Now, if you're unsure, like, no, Douglas Souza, I prefer national dropshipping. That's fine. You can start that way too. You'll deliver your product within 3 business days to the customer's home, usually from a supplier in Sao Paulo. If the customer is from Sao Paulo, delivery takes 2 days or even the next day. But don't be fooled, because international orders coming from China are really fast now. I've received orders in under 7 days and even showed this in a video on the channel. Delivery time in dropshipping for clarity based on my sales and tracking code. But let's move on to the next part, the part you're probably waiting for, right? Yeah, I know you're waiting. It's about niches. I'll get straight to the point. Women's accessories. They're always really popular, especially if you set up an operation now at the end of the year. You'll start selling at the end of the year during Christmas, and it will also be popular in January and February. The niche of educational toys for babies and young children is excellent. There's a huge variety of products, both in international dropshipping and domestic. And more, parents want their kids to spend less time on screens and are buying more educational toys that stimulate creativity. Kids shouldn't always be on screens, right? No one wants that. And a niche I see constantly growing is much more focused on decoration products, but you can explore a lot more. It's the Christian niche. People often buy Christian decorations, especially those highlighting Jesus Christ's greatness. No matter your beliefs, it's a strong niche. Also, target sub-niches and smaller audiences. Here's an example I shared on my channel as content. What if you set up a store focused on delivery riders for people who work as delivery riders? Have you ever thought about that? Try to find these audience profiles. You can be sure that you'll have a huge advantage. I know it's a lot, but this is what you need to know before starting dropshipping in 2026. Is it clear now? Have you decided? Watch the Novum Shop lessons where I show you how to build a store from scratch. But if you've made up your mind, there's a link in the description. If this made sense to you, leave a comment. It's really important to me. And subscribe to the channel because there are more videos like this. Honest, transparent, and direct every week. Hope you enjoyed it. Big hug. Goodbye.